All right. So at this point, you've all probably noticed that this is a very different type of YouTube show. I know it's kind of seems like it's getting started at sort of a rocky start here, I guess. Um, uh, and this is sort of on purpose. I mean, our production of the film is meant to be very grassroots, very choppy, as if it were real people coming to you and providing you with real type footage. Here, let me fix this camera. It's starting to, lean a little bit. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the series, we call it Religion All, is what it's actually going to be titled. It's right now it's a startup, and it's just really following the lives of our fictitious characters, me, the Father, God, Incarnation. My wife, who actually plays the Goddess of Beauty. The Mother Goddess is Incarnation. These are the characters, obviously, not the actors and actresses. There's going to be Night's Incarnation and Dream's Incarnation. There's probably more cast members coming. And this is just really how it all starts, how it goes. And it's a whole fictitious world in a sense. We're using very real things in a lot of scenarios here. You're probably noticing my references to political things. Although I will say that the political bills that we are going to be referencing, we're going to try to keep those real and actually use real political bills. I think maybe I should lean myself while the camera starts to drift. I got a bad cameraman, so. Anyways, all the jokes aside, this is the story. You're getting these 5 individuals, and there's gonna be a lot more going on. But we wanted to start this off so very real, as if it's really just someone who really is just doing home videos with cameras that slowly tilt. All right, enough of that. So let me actually just remove this from the mount. So basically, the storyline is it's as you've kind of seen it, but there's 4 main characters. We have a couple kids involved. They're actually my kids, so it plays a part of the story also, because it's very easy to adapt the concept to that. We're gonna continue this stuff as we go. You're gonna see more like these real type live video type things. It's the reality TV stuff was popular for a while, and it's really kind of gone away to a degree, but on YouTube it still thrives in its own way with the YouTuber content, which is often scripted reality TV. And that's really what life in this scenario is. It's meant to be like that scripted reality TV, but even more grassroots, even more base than that. So anyways, we got this concept going here, and we're going to use this fictional world, especially when it comes to the government and things like this, because there's too much controversy revolving around governments. The British government, the American government, the Chinese government. And so we're going to actually make our own fictitious world based on this. And it's not going to be anything related to real life. And we want to make that clear for. I know in the couple videos I talked about politics will be a part of this. That was meant for the act, okay? And so this is finally developing to the explanation what those basically trailer type videos were for. Really to kind of add a little spice to things. In this scenario, we're going to talk, I'm going to give you just an example of what we're doing here. We're going to be renaming the president. It doesn't matter which president's in office right now. I'm really not focused on that, because our president is a fictitious president. He was inaugurated in 2018. And so he's been about 2 years in the presidency, according to the storyline. There's a fictitious style church that is going like church institution. that's going to be involved with their particular religious leaders and their bishops and things. And all this is fictitious to just sort of add spice to the storyline. So I don't want anybody to get like, oh, wow, you're going to start talking about my candidate and bashing my candidate. We don't do that. We're not into getting into candidates. It has nothing to do with that. And I kind of made that a part of the storyline, referencing that we go to real bills that are being put up there and things that are passionate to the storyline. And those bills are probably going to be, on the most part, realistic. And there may be some fictitious ones, but, just remember, when we do reference a bill, they're easily looked up on Congress's website, okay? You'll be able to reference the bill number. If it's real, it's there, okay? And you can look at it yourself if you really want to. But the storyline is meant to be the life of someone, a group of people that are in charge of the spiritual world, and no one really knows it around them. They're all alone, having to deal with this spiritual world, and no one actually knows who they are or what they're doing. And so that's kind of how the scenario is going. So these people inevitably are going to have to deal with politics. I mean, if you're controlling the spiritual world of people, you're going to be involved in the political world. Now, right now, my set is actually up here in our we actually have a spare house here that we use for the set, and you can see all the lighting and stuff that we have installed, and the little cheap curtain setup, which, it has to look. It's very bare minimum. It's just items that actually I had from an old photo shoot, and we just set that up as a starting point here. And this is how it's going. So it's going to be very realistic, very straightforward, and this is basically the intro video. Like I said, my wife's in it. I have two people actually in California that are part of this storyline, and they're going to be long distance players at this point. I mean, they're not going to do their own filming right now. I mean, I don't know how the future will go with things, but they're not involved quite yet. The Mother Goddess's incarnation, and I'm going to leave them unnamed as actors and actresses right now, because the point being, in this scenario, I'm going to be the focal point on here, and you're going to see my wife. You'll see the kids, and you may hear the others, or maybe at some point see them, but that's not something we're going to go into just yet. There's no point, because it's really got to be this idea that it's, I'm just documenting, my character's documenting his life, and he's trying to get himself out there to the world because he had been so alone for so long as, running this world. He really wants to branch out and help the world, and he wants his group to be able to help the world. And so this idea that Apollo thrust this whole responsibility on this group is what's happening. And it's very much mysterious right now, very unclear as to what's happening. You're like really confused, and it seems like, what the, we'll try to keep the cursing down. But anyways, this is how it goes. Welcome to the storyline. We're going to call it Religion All. Unless we change it. Right now, I don't have anything really set up for that, for the situation. But we're aiming for that aspect. We have a Patreon account that's called, I think it's Journey of the Gods. That's how we set it up originally. The process is in between changing. We're just starting out. So this is the story. Like and subscribe. The spew. My daughter tells me that she doesn't like watching the little, like and subscribe stuff. She keeps on telling me, when you do videos, tell them, like it if you like it, or thumbs up if you like it, thumb it down if you don't like it. And she says she wants it to be very honest and allow people to do it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. She's our little social bug. So she's a YouTuber kind of girl. So like it, thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it. Subscribe if you really want to keep track of the series, and comment below, because we don't get comments right now and we're just starting out, and it would be nice to see what kind of feedback to the storyline and who can, give us some information as to how they think we can progress the storyline here, or even just progress the way we present it to the viewer. Okay, I'm hitting the 10-minute mark. Like I said, I think I mentioned before, I really don't have to stop at 10 minutes, but 10 minutes almost seems too long to me for a YouTube video anyways.